Hello, so today we're going to try out some nail art, and the first thing you're going to do is take a color like white or this very like a very light pink, and we're going to put that on first. So this is going to be our base coat, and make sure that it's mixed up and your nails have been prepared, so they're cut and filed. And we're just going to get started by putting on this first coat. So this is going to be our bottom layer, and we're going to try and do ombre nails today. Do 2 coats so that you have a nice even layer on the bottom. Okay, so now that you have your base coat on, just take a little bit of white school glue. I just put it on a napkin and use a smaller tip paintbrush. And what we're going to do is put it around the nail where you don't want the nail polish, because it's going to get a little messy. So this will help later with cleanup. So you're just going to get close to the nail but not on the nail. And you're just going to go around it. So if you've ever played with school glue before, you'll know that it will just peel up. So, all right, so kind of like that, and then you're just gonna let it dry. So you'll know it's dry when it's completely clear. And so we'll just keep going here. Oops. Got a little, you don't want to get it like right next to the nail in the valley, because then your nail polish won't stick. So, or just come up when you peel this off, so you don't want to do that. So there's that one. So I'm just going to let these dry, and then we'll go on to the next step here. So I'll finish this up. All right, so I have now put the glue all the way around the nail, and our next step is to begin painting. So I'm going to be using this beauty wedge, and then I have chosen to use 3 different colors. So what's fun about this is you can kind of choose whatever you want. These just happen to be all the same brand. They don't need to be the same brand. And I'm gonna do kind of this like corally pink ombre color. So it's gonna be kind of this red into this pink and then this coral. All right, so the first thing you wanna do is damp your beauty blender. So dampen this just a little bit and then kind of squeeze it out. All right, so now I have my damp cosmetic wedge, I guess is what they're called. And I'm gonna open all of my bottles here. Oh, probably should shake them first. So make sure you shake up your nail polish before applying. And then we're gonna start painting right onto the blender. So I'm gonna use mine like this. And then we're going to always keep these open because you'll keep applying to the beauty blender. So you'll want to make sure that these are readily available, because you'll have wet nails and trying to get your nail polish at the same time. So beauty blender, we're gonna start with the darker color, which is more of the red, and we're just going to paint it on here. So the first time it's going to suck in a lot of your nail polish. So you're going to want to put on a couple coats here. And then eventually it's going to get better. So there's our red, and then I'll put on our pink in the middle. And you sort of want to make sure that they are going to blend together. So slightly on top of that first color, the red. And again, first time, it's going to take a little extra polish. All right, and then finish with the coral, which I'm going to, again, slightly overlap when you do that. So have all three colors here. And a couple coats. Okay, so now we have our ombre pattern. I'm going to do it with the red towards the bottom. I think I like that most. So we're going to kind of dab onto our nail, but don't wipe. And you want to make sure that your colors don't mix too much. So just kind of dab on. And get it all over there. All right, so here's the first one. Actually, looks pretty good there. All right, you can see that all the colors are kind of blending there. Don't worry about that excess, we'll get it later. So that was the first one. So now we're going to go back, reapply, and then we're gonna do this for every nail. So you won't need as much this second time around for your sponge, so just make sure it's enough. Don't make sure it's wet. I should say, make sure it's wet. All right, so we're gonna do the next one. All right, and we're just gonna lift up and dab. So you're just dabbing. Make sure that you kind of get those edges. Okay, so there's number 2. All right, we'll keep this going. What's nice about this is that, you know, you don't have to get too detailed when you apply. So if you kind of have a shaky hand, this part is not that bad. So I'm going to apply to my thumb. And the first hand is done. So I like to kind of let this dry because I don't want to mess it up while I'm working on my other hand. So I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to do my second hand, and then we'll start the cleanup process. All right, so now we're going to clean up. I'm going to be using a tweezer, and I'm going to find that glue that I put on by just kind of scraping a little bit, and you can see it's coming up. I'm going to grab it with the tweezer and slowly pull, and that glue should come up. So let's do that again. I got a little more over here. Pull that off. And there we go. Most of the work is done. So of course, then I'll go back over and do some final touches, but this definitely helps with that. So well worth it. So again, just find where that ended, and you're just going to peel it away All right. So I actually have never done these colors together. Looks really good. I like it a lot. All right. And then you're just going to finish that for all of your fingers. Again, make sure that, excuse me, make sure that your nail polish is somewhat dry before doing this. And you might have some issues, but you can just, there we go. All right. So continue that with all of your fingers. All right, so I have most of it cleaned off here. I did do a little chip here because I think my glue got on my nail. So I'm just gonna go back and just redo that real quick. And this is also just a reminder that, you know, just to be patient and go slow. It's gonna take practice. And yeah, and that's okay. So, like I said, I'll just try and fix it. And then we'll take a Q-tip and some fingernail polish remover, and we will do the rest of the removal. So I'll finish this up, let it dry. Okay, it's really important to let your nail polish dry. All right, so we're just going to put a little bit of nail polish remover on a Q-tip and go around and try and clean up the other pieces here. And if you want to use a paintbrush, that's kind of nice too, because you can get closer to the nail without actually taking off the nail polish. So that's an option too. So, all right, so we are all cleaned up. Looks pretty good. And we're going to just put a top coat on to keep it all nice and protected. And like I said before, feel free to put like a glitter. If you have a sheer glitter, that would look kind of cool. It's all up to you. Just make sure your nails are dry before you put on your top coat. And we have our ombre nails, so you can take a look at that. All right, everyone. So now go ahead, try it out yourself. And it'd be kind of fun to see what colors you choose. So go ahead and post in the comments the pictures of your beautiful ombre nails. All right, so I'm going to sign off. My name is Jessica Cabot, and I'm glad that you were here today. And this video was recorded for the Cash Memorial Library. Thanks. Have a great day.